Thank you all for listening. We do broadcast live on Facebook and YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10:30 in the morning. And we also do something special, which is you can download all these shows via podcast. So you can go to your favorite podcast platform, whether it's iTunes or Google, and you can download the What's on Sports podcast. We're downloaded by thousands of people on a daily. So if you guys want to go over and be a part of what we're doing, that would be great. Also, if you want a chance to win yourself $1,000 in cash, you can go over to our YouTube channel, which again is whatsonsports.com. Sorry, What's on Sports, not whatsonsports.com. Go over to YouTube and give yourself an opportunity right now to take a shot at $1,000. Now, I do want to talk about one last thing before we end the show. And it should be not a bummer, but it kind of is. So recently I had a friend of mine who passed away from cancer. And it was a long struggle for him. Unfortunately for him, at the end, he had to deal with COVID. He didn't get COVID, but COVID limited a lot of the things that he could do in the last 6 months or so of his life. And I know that's tough for a lot of people. So I just saw a story, and I thought it was such a great story that I would share it with you guys. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but this did not happen in Pittsburgh. It actually happened in Cleveland, who were playing this week, where a dying man had a wish. His name was Tom Seipel. And Tom wished for his dying wish that he wanted to see one last Browns game. And there's a podcast called The Angry Browns Fans, which is just a great name for a podcast. And they worked with Baker Mayfield and his family to make sure that Tom could go and see one last Browns game. And there's a picture of him and his family that I believe I posted here. If you guys are watching at home, there's a picture of Tom and his family. They went to one last Browns game, which was the last game when Pittsburgh lost to the Browns. The Browns beat Pittsburgh. So we got to see the Browns win. And afterwards, he got to spend some time with Baker Mayfield and his wife. And I read a story, and he said that it was the best thing that he'd ever done, and that Tom could die happy now. So, there's nothing you could say that would probably make anybody feel any better about that story, except for the fact that at least you get the one last thing that you want before you get to go. And it's to be a true sports fan. So I applaud the people at the Cleveland Browns who were able to get Tom and his family in what is limited seating over there. I applaud Baker Mayfield and his wife for making time to spend time with them. And I applaud the podcast that actually heard about it. Again, the podcast is called Angry Browns. The Angry Browns Fans podcast. I'm not a Browns fan, but I'm going to go listen to it because anybody that puts that type of effort in to help a listener make his last wish come true should have more people listen. If you're a Browns fan and you happen to stumble upon this podcast and you've never heard of the Angry Browns Fans podcast, go over and listen to it. The guys sound like they have a great sense of humor with a name like that, and it sounds like they did something really, really nice to help out what seems to be a really, really nice guy and his family. We wish Tom Godspeed. My name is John Tedora. I'm the host of the What's on Sports podcast. We come to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10:30 in the morning, live broadcast on YouTube and Facebook. And of course, you can download us on your favorite podcast platforms. Oh, God. Can't wait. This is going to be a great weekend. NFL football Saturday and Sunday. Follow me on Twitter, John Tedora. I'll be tweeting out live tweet storms during the game. See you next week.